And so unfiltered and unforgettable, back in the day, we used to have a lot of fun doing speed networking type events. This is going to be similar to that, a little bit more prompted in what we're doing. But, we know for a fact that if you are come to a networking event or you're out and about meeting people, right, and you've got that icebreaker that just brings the heat, right? That they're like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna forget Dalbert, right? I mean, or when you talk to them about who they you introduce yourself, and they're like, oh my gosh, remember that guy Dave that we ran into? We should get a hold of it. Like you got to make yourself unforgettable for sure, guys. And so we know that the icebreakers are the key. And I would encourage you, being a little playful with it, right? And making a quote or a comment that obviously is going to drive through the noise that they might have in front of them is going to help you be remembered. And so today we're going to work on that, right? And people don't connect through perfection, they connect through play. Weird is wonderful, right? And I'll tell you, the weirder it can be, the more wonderful it may be, right? And so when we go to the first breakout, there's only going to be 2 or 3 of us in the room today, right? We're not going to do a whole bunch because we're going to do multiple breakouts. And so when we go into the room, I want you to share what is your weirdest, what is your weirdest hidden talent, and how do you use that to your advantage when you're out and about networking? What is your weirdest hidden talent, and how do you use that to your advantage when you're out and about networking? I'll give you a couple seconds to screenshot that. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to stop sharing that. I'm going to shuffle these breakout rooms up. Oh, wait. We got to go one less, one
For
more.
those of you suffering from withdrawal, happy non-Monday.
There we go.
Got it. I'm still on board with the Indians.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, what weird talents are out there? What weird talents do we have?
I'll share. Mine's not really that weird, but it's not the most common. Is that I have some bowling skills and grew up in a bowling family and have bowled in the National Bowling Stadium where Kingpin was filmed.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. But like, think about the conversation that creates, Kate. Like, if you're introducing yourself, talking about that, right? Especially when you jumped in here today and we were talking about a bunch of sports and stuff. Right, mostly baseball, but
Ernie
what else?
McCracken.
What else? Hidden talents, hidden skills, hidden talents. Nobody has any other hidden talents. That's it.
I got to drive a D7 cat for a day without any training.
What's a D7 cat? I gotta know what that is.
Bulldozer, big
Okay.
bulldozer on a road crew chasing 4 scrapers for the day. The lesson learned is there. You take a quick learning lesson. The adjacent county, their lead, I knocked his headphones off of his head into his windshield because I forgot to slow down when he hit the clay. So I've never driven a D7 cat since, by the way.
Love it. Love it. I tell everybody, I say my hidden talents. You know how there are certain people that when you're out and about, if they see a celebrity, like they instantly can spot the celebrity. Yeah, my talent is the opposite. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is, and nor do I typically care who it is, right? If they're a celebrity. Anybody else? Nothing. Julie?
I said that my hidden talent was that I learned when I was in elementary school that if I raised my hand, then I got to go up on the stage and get a prize. So that made me more adventurous and outgoing and stuff. But Michael's is impossible to beat. So I'll let him explain that one. You're muted.
You're muted.
Okay, now I'm not. So I was telling you back in maybe after graduate school, I had to learn some mouse surgical models. So that's probably kind of my hidden talents. I can do mouse surgeries back in the days.
Okay.
Okay.
I like it.
Just if,
But
if
I
you're
don't think I
Mike,
can do it now because I don't want to work with animals like that ever again.
Well, you got John.
if you're in the same room with Michael and he has a scalpel, run.
I don't know if I can do the stitching anymore. Maybe I could. I think
So-
by the time I have it cut, I'm like, oh, maybe I can do my own stitches.
Yeah, I can cut up a steak, but I don't want to put it back together. So
It was difficult. It took me a while. It was worth it, but I don't think I can do it again.
I, I won't. So I won't talk about me, but I'll talk about my wife real quick, right? Uh, I I listen. She knows. She's got a spoon out in the kitchen that says it. It says I love to cook and burn shit. Right? That's the hidden talent. Uh, Sometimes we just get distracted about talking about stuff, and we're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, wait a minute, we had something on the stove." Right? So
bum.
That's not fair, talking about her when she's not here to defend herself.
I'll make sure I tell her this afternoon, though, Diane.
Okay, okay.
It's being recorded, so he
Yeah,
can't get out of it.
exactly.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
knows
yeah.
where the links are.
My mother has a sign in her kitchen that says, "Many people have eaten food from this kitchen and gone on to live normal lives."
I love it.
Bum.
Well, so I took this question differently as Miska and I were talking, but I have and so I've got what we talked about, and then I'll bring something else forward. But it's really an ability to sense people and feel people and connect wherever they are on the introverted extroverted scale. And I use that in networking all the time. In terms of goofy things about you, for those of you who've met me, particularly in person, you would look at me and you would say, what a nice little old lady. But this little old lady has a motorcycle endorsement on her driver's license and has since the age of 16, at which time we had a Vespa by Chow, and you had to have a driver's license to use it. But I was at the exam station, at one nobody liked to go to, by the way, and I had this old man who was gonna teach me a thing or two, and he's asking me about shifting gears on this little, and I'm like, there aren't gears to shift. Oh, yes, there are. I said, no, they're not. And finally, I just said, look, boom. Took off. I passed, but it was not one of those things that it stuck with me.
It should. Motorcycle endorsed since she was 16. Go ahead, Joe.
So Diane's a motorcycle mama. I never would have guessed that.
No, we always thought her as the motor home mama, right? Her and her husband travel all over the place. So anyway, here's something. We're not going to go to breakout room for this, right, guys? But as most of you know, I give away coffee cards and stuff like that often. And we got a couple giveaways we're going to do today. So as one of those giveaways, as we're choosing one of them, I want everyone to write a random fact about themselves, right? You can DM me if you want, if you don't want to put it in the chat. Either DM me or just throw it into the chat, and then we're going to do a giveaway on random facts later on. So work on that. Meanwhile, we're going to get ready to go into our next breakout. Our next breakout is the mugshot round, right? If your picture and personality were on a coffee mug, what would it say? Right? All righty. I know a couple of you probably had a mug shot with like a tape line of how high you were or something, literally on your coffee mug, right? No, maybe not. Right? Who wants to share? I'm gonna call somebody and then I'm gonna have you pass the baton. Go for it, Bob.
Here, I'll start it out. Mine is not necessarily office friendly, but if I had a coffee mug with my favorite quote of all time would be wish in one hand, crap in the other, and see what fills up first.
In your
How big
coffee.
is your cup?
Man, ow.
1 gallon. 1 gallon, Lamar. Toss the baton to somebody, Bob.
How about Darcy?
Yeah, friendly, approachable, ready to talk. We'll go to Lamar.
Sports junkie with pictures of all the different leagues on the cup. And I'm going to ask Kate.
I said, don't worry, be happy. We'll go to Diane.
Well, you got to understand the context, but this just might be bourbon.
This might be what?
Bourbon?
Bourbon, I got you.
I got that. I live close enough to Kentucky.
We're just there.
Who are you picking, Diane?
Yeah, toss the baton.
How about Rita?
I was telling them in my group, I didn't realize it for quite some time, but I'm always saying things like, bye now, hi friends, because it's like warm, friendly, offensive to nobody, but it gets me out of meetings, oh, bye now. Thanks for so much for dropping that off. I'll see you later. It's friendly, but like I can get out of situations. And I didn't realize until I dated a guy that I say stuff like that all the time. Like I have a internal script that I just fall back on. So yeah, my mug's gonna say bye now.
Toss it.
I'm gonna go with Jeff Delwitchy. Hello, friend.
I couldn't really think of a good one, so I just said this contains no alcohol. I don't drink. So. I'll pass it to Michael Wilhide.
We're gonna do Michael and then one more, and then we'll go on to the next breakout session, guys. Go ahead, Michael.
Mine would be Lab Rat.
Toss
I'll
it.
pass
One
it to
more.
Darcy.
Darcy already went. Darcy already went.
Oh.
Dave Scotland.
Yeah, let me do Dave.
Why?
That's your mug, right? On one side, he's got his face. On the other side, he's got the target for Simon Sinek. Awesome. So, and Dave, we'll let you pass it when we get back. We're going to move into the next breakout, guys. The uncomfortable truth, right? And a reminder, I'm looking for random facts, right? Looking for people to post their random facts. Thank you so much. Kate, amazing. Dave, thank you. Everybody else, start putting your random facts in there, right? Again, we're going to do a giveaway on random facts. The uncomfortable truth, compliments, and deeper questions, guys. Oh, let me share so you guys can actually see what the next breakout is, I guess, huh? That might help out. There we go. Perfect. So, uncomfortable truth, compliments, and deeper questions, right? Often we might get complimented on something and we might not know how to take it, or we struggle to accept it sometimes, or whatever, right? What do you really wish that people would ask you about more often, right? And so we're going to talk about the struggle of what compliment we have a hard time handling, right? And then what would we rather ask or have people ask us in that time frame, right? Uncomfortable truth, compliments, and deeper questions. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to stop sharing. I got to get these breakout rooms shuffled. We do the Jeff Texter shuffle here real quick. It's been a while since I said so. Truths.
We lost the Bob father.
compliments? Who has a hard time accepting certain compliments? Jeff, what you want to share?
I just in general, I'm a serial deflector, and it's so automatic. I'm not even super aware of it. I'm trying to be less. I don't know. I don't want to seem ungrateful. I'm trying to consciously remind myself, oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. But it's a reflex, and old habits die hard.
So, and that's a great point, and appreciate you joining, joining and sharing that, Jeff. But yeah, I shared something, and he just jumped back in here. You know, Lamar has told me for a long time, guys, and you guys, maybe many of you have heard this from Lamar, right? That I'm making a difference, and it probably took me a long time to really come to grips with the fact that there is a difference being made, right, through the connections and things that happen here in Coffee Connect. And I struggled with that probably for a long time, partly because of, and Jim was bringing this up, right? Partly because of what we keep telling ourselves, right? And at some point we have to find a way to ingrain that into our heads. And the cool thing is that Lamar never stopped telling me. So eventually, right, I started telling myself the same thing and really began to believe in what it was. And I think sometimes when I say struggle with a compliment, I think most of us are polite enough not to go, "Oh, you don't mean that, Darcy." Quit lying, right? So we don't want to be that way with it, but there might be some things on the backside of it, right? When we get home to thinking about what was said and stuff. So I appreciate you sharing that, Jeff. Who else?
I would say that I have a hard time accepting a compliment for stuff that I probably should have done anyway. Somebody says, thanks for doing that. And it's like, in the example I gave, there's an old couple across the street. If I go walking in the morning and there are papers in the driveway, I'll walk it up and put it on their porch. And, sometime I'm walking, on a weekend or something. Oh, thanks for putting our paper up on the porch, this week. And, that's something you should do anyway for a good neighbor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, acts of kindness go a long way for sure, Joe. Anybody else? Dave, we left off with you. I'll let you toss it to someone if you want to.
I'll tell you what, I'll share a quote that, and I can't remember if it was Mark Twain or Will Rogers who said it, was I never get tired of someone paying me a compliment. That's kind of the antithesis to your question, though.
Yeah.
And you want me to throw it to somebody?
I'm gonna go. Rita had her hand up. I'm gonna go ahead and let her go.
Oh, okay.
I have a very hard time sometimes accepting compliments when I get to the end of a project, especially if the project, of course, the entire length of the project time period was one where people chewed me up and spit me out. And, obviously they're not trusting, they're not respectful, and you can educate and train people on that. But if they're still, mouthy to you and not trusting of you, and if they're not very nice to you all along the way and they beat you up and they get to the end and the vision is beautiful and it meets their function and everyone loves the space, you go, but we could have gotten here 6 months earlier, Bob, if you had just trusted the process, if you had just said what you wanted without making it personal. Maybe you don't have the vision to get where we want to go. No, so it's really hard to accept compliments from someone who was not very complimentary with you for months.
And I have to admit, she had the Bob voice down too, right there, didn't she?
Bob.
I'm a little offended that she has to use the name Bob for the one who's the complete asshole.
Sorry. So there's a
that.
story behind that. Years and years ago, there was an ad that I cut out of a magazine, and it was like a little baby. And in the ad, the baby's name was Bob, and it just said, "Just blame Bob." And we put it up at the office. So we just got into the habit of blaming Bob. Oh, no one made another pot of coffee. Bob must have done it. So my deepest apologies, friend.
Was that the Quizno Bob?
I like that. Just blame Bob.
Just blame Bob for everything.
You guys are talking to my wife now.
So I mean, these things can be difficult to come through, right? But the good news is we've got groups that continue to, beat that into our heads that we are worthy, we are good, we are worth knowing, and all of these other things that are out there that maybe we're struggling with, guys. Real quick, a quick giveaway, right? We're gonna call it the Spill the Beans. Ha ha ha. Spill the beans. Maybe I've got the wrong picture of the beans up here because it should be coffee beans on there. But we're going to go with Spill the Beans. Who, just random vote from the group today. Put names in the chat. Who do you think has been the person that has shared the most unexpected truths or stories? Throw them in the chat. And oh, by the way, I'm still looking for random facts. If you're still out there and you haven't put your random fact in there. Who is the person that has shared the most unexpected truths today?
I thought you wanted us to send that to you, so I sent that as
No, we're good. We're good.
as a private message. So
I got it, man. Yep, I got it. I got all of those. Yeah. Yep. Kate, Dalibor, Kate, Diane, Michael, Kate. I think we've got a winner. Kate, are you a Starbucks or a Dunkin's person?
Starbucks is most convenient, but I try to do local more than either of those.
So I'll send you over a Starbucks gift card though. Just because it makes it easier.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Last breakout here. Am I sharing? I am sharing. Perfect. Last breakout. And I'm glad you guys nominated Kate, because I was going to have to call her out for the random fact one too, because that's crazy. A cow heart valve. But now that allows me to go to my second favorite one. And we'll go with that. We'll come back to that in a second. So we're going to break out the time traveler reliving moments and their lessons. Talk about a significant moment in your past to understand the impact that it had, right? Relive it, share what it was, why maybe it had an impact, and what it taught you. Stopping the share. 3, 2, 1. You're like, these are like crazy fast. Recreate. All right. I know that was a quick one, guys. We are running out of time, though. Life is about learning our lessons, right, and teaching other people as well along the way. I'm always a believer in each one, teach one. And so hopefully some of those lessons that you reflected on today, as far as the moments from the past, or just the fun and playfulness that we've had in engaging, right, go a long way into progressing your networking opportunities and stuff over the next weeks, months, years, right? As we move through this transition. Last thing I'll hit you guys with, right? If there's a question out there that you've always wanted people to ask you, but it never seems to get asked, right? Share that question, put it in the chat. I'd love to see what that question is, right? And understand more about maybe what's important to you and what you want to talk about, because I think those are topics that might be something relevant for our near-term future. Any other saving graces or sharing moments that you guys want to have before we roll out for the day? Last minutes? No? All right, reminder, chili cook-off Friday. Veterans Resource Fair Friday and Saturday at Maps Air Museum. Thursday, we'll be at breakfast here in Cincinnati. For anybody who wants to join us, Wooden Barrel over on Route 42 from 9 to 11. Jeff is doing his Wednesday Jack's Diner, or it's not Jack's Deli anymore. It's now what? Oh, it's still Jack's Deli? So Jack's Deli from 9 to 11 on Wednesdays. So if you're up in the Cleveland area, there's a place to go, right? I can't remember, was there any other networking events this week, Jeff, up that way?
No, I think that you hit them. Food Truck Fridays have ended.
Food Truck Fridays ended. And then next Tuesday, guys, will be HR Roundtable down here in the Cincinnati area as well, for anybody who's going to attend HR Roundtable with Scarlet Oaks, right? We're up to 45 new associates for the year, guys. Goal is 100 by March 31st. We got a long ways to go, and plenty of people that still need our love and our connection, right? And so please, if you find someone that's out there that's looking for a good group to be a part of, right? Hopefully you're like, hey, you should join us on Tuesday mornings on Coffee Connect, right? We have a great time. Most of the time we try to learn something, right? And try to put some professional and personal development into it. Today, I just wanted to take a step back and just breathe a little bit, right? There's been a lot going on around the world and in our lives and stuff. And sometimes it's just good to step back, right? And be able to laugh at ourselves a little bit and have fun with our brothers and sisters. And so I appreciate all you guys. Next thing is Dalibor is coming in next week. And he's going to talk to us about data-driven market identification. Right. Part of this is going to be able to share what he's doing, right? Go ahead, brother.
It is not at all what I will do,
What?
but it is about the data, yeah. Can you
Okay.
hear me? Yeah, it would be about the data in everyday life. I want it to for everyone, so everyone can relate.
Gotcha. It's still market. If I'm in a job, that's my market. That's my market. So, but data-driven decisions and things that we're making, right, and how people make those decisions. Great opportunity. On the 14th, we're still open right now. The 21st, we've got Michael Wilhide sharing some information with us, right? On the 28th, Eva Bartos is coming in. She's out of New England. Connected with her a while back. Get more done while doing less is her topic. Looking forward to hearing that, right? And so lots of great conversations coming up in the near-term future. We got one more. We got another giveaway we're going to give away here. It's 11-101. By far, the fun fact, right, giveaway, I think has to go to Dalibor, right? One good eye since birth. We might have to hear more about that story next week when you introduce yourself, okay? and you know, share with us what you can. Last giveaway though, we got so I'll get. I'm assuming you guys have Starbucks, man, in Croatia, right?
I'm not sure. I'm not the
He's not a coffee
guy.
drinker.
I'm giving my way to whichever one you choose. I'm not the coffee guy.
Rodney, send him
we can
send him
give
a
it.
Cincinnati Reds jersey. He'll appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No.
And so my last giveaway just goes to a random giveaway.
All Ohio World Series. Let's go.
Miss Miska. Is it a Dunkin' Donuts or is it Starbucks?
Starbucks.
All right, Starbucks. Perfect. I'll get those over to you guys this afternoon. Really appreciate all you guys joining us. Next week, we're going to have a great time. Invite some more people, right? Again, each one, teach one. Hopefully you learned something today about your fellow Coffee Connect people, right? But also about yourself. Go out there, have a great week, everybody. And remember, I love you guys.
Great job.
Have a good week, everybody.
Bye.
Everyone.
Bye.
Great job, Rodney.